allowing myself to like have like whatever magic is naturally around us, like just happen.
Yes.
I just notice cool shit happens, bro. Like cool shit happens when you just believe in magic. Like the methodology of it all, of like being like, wait, so then this song, she has lyrics that mean this about that person. And then this song actually means this. And if you tie it back to this album, she connects it to this song. And then without knowing it, now you give a shit about these strangers, and now you're just like, "Wait, why do I care about football? I don't care about football. I care about football now." I'm like, "When are the Chiefs playing?" I didn't even know Kansas City had a football team.
Welcome to Melstrology. This is an astrology podcast that I've had an idea for a long time now, and it's finally happening. Everybody knows in the comedy community that I'm obsessed with astrology, but now the world's gonna know. Um, and it's not because I live in LA, it's because I just genuinely love astrology and I've been studying it since I was raised in Ohio on a farm. So that's how bored I was. Yay. Okay, so here we are. This is the inaugural episode of my podcast, Melstrology. And today we have one of my closest friends in comedy and life. She is the founder and host and producer of an all-women comedy variety show called Witty Titties. Epic. She's also a wickedly talented makeup artist and singer. Give it up for Genesis Soul. Welcome.
I am so excited to be here. I can't believe I am the first guest. Like, it's apropos, Genesis beginning first.
Yes.
It's apropos, but I'm still honored. Like, so much.
I'm
Oh my gosh.
I'm so honored to have you. And like I said before, like I thought about it, I was like, you know what, if she's good enough for the Bible, first book of the Bible, then she's good enough for the first episode of Melstrology, right?
If she's good enough for Jesus, she's good
Then,
enough for me.
hey. Here she is. She's amazing, as we all know, as we all know. Yay. Okay, so this podcast is basically like we're just going to talk about like the current astrology forecast, like moon
Mm.
phases or like retrogrades, things that are coming up and like our experiences with them in the past or what we hope to do in the future. We have like rituals or things like that we like to do
Oh.
or just weird stuff, you know. I love weird stuff. So we just had the new moon in Pisces on Sunday. It was Sunday night at like 1 a.m.
New moon, new creativity. Is that
Yeah,
the thing?
yeah, new moons are when you set your intentions. And
Ah.
a lot of times it is letting go of things and just starting new. So it's like a good time to like start a new project, a new business, a new relationship, whether that be
Ooh.
romantic or work-wise, start a new job, that kind of stuff. So anything new,
Well,
move.
technically, I mean, this week was our first week of the Witty Titties writing workshop. So we did start the new
Yes,
moon, new creatives,
yes.
new business.
How was it?
It was really freaking exciting. It was really good. Like seriously, I cannot like talk about it enough. So yeah, we're offering writing workshops now.
I
So
love that.
it's kind of like what I wanted it to be, was it to be kind of a bridge for people who need to like work on material more in depth than like going to a mic and just running it. Like they need
Yeah,
like feedback, but they don't necessarily want to do a whole class, or maybe they can't afford a whole class. So then
exactly.
it's just like it's a weekly thing. It changes every week. Like you just come in and it's like we deep dive into whatever bit you want to work on. Or someone brought in their one woman show. And so like was like working on their one woman show. It was so cool. And like the classes are small. It's only like 15 people. And and when it's like smaller, we get to like we just work more in depth with you. Like we were
Yeah.
able to do like we had a smaller class, so then we were able to do it 2 times, like
Oh,
2
nice.
rounds,
How long
whatever.
does it run for? Like, is it 2
It's
hours?
3 hours. It's
Oh,
50. So yeah, it's like $40 for 3 hours. And so you go in
that's
for like all
amazing.
3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was really good. And honestly, it was like it was great because I'm teaching it with Jen Sturger, and we partner really well together because she's so great at writing. She's written with for so many comedians, and she's been on like Comedy Central and Roast Battle and oh God, I don't even know all her credits. And so she was really great for the writing part. And then I also teach acting classes. So then I was able to like do
I
like the
didn't know
performance.
that.
Yeah, I teach
Oh,
acting classes.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I
Well,
know. So it was like really fun. It was really cool.
and Witty Titties is known for like such a positive, supportive environment. It's rare. Like people that are not in comedy do not understand like
No,
how rare that is.
I know. Which
It
is a real bummer. Like I don't want it to be rare. Like
doesn't need to be that way. Yeah. And it's
I
so
know.
more productive if we're supportive of each other for
Oh,
everybody.
exactly.
It's
No,
like,
and I feel like that's why it's like a really good like mic, like our weekly mic is also really good just because it's like you actually go in and you actually can like work on your set
yeah,
and feel some sort of feedback versus like I'm here doing my comedy, but I feel like it's a battle to try to get these like comics to like me, unless versus
so
like going to a
unsafe.
show. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes, you are really good at creating a safe environment. And I think that's why it's been so successful, 3
Thank you.
years. So, yeah.
I know, 3 years coming up. I mean, girl, you've been like an OG supporter, like from the.
No, I know.
That's why I'm like, I'm always shouting you out. Freaking love you. Okay,
I
like,
love
please.
Witty Titties.
Oh, thank
I love Genesis Soul. Okay.
you. This is a little love fest. Okay.
Clearly we love each other. The love is real. Okay, the next thing is the full moon is coming up on the 25th at midnight, and it's going to
Okay.
be um in Libra, 5 degrees. And so full moons, like, do you have any full moon rituals that you do?
I,
Um,
I have to be honest, like I've never really done any kind of rituals. Like I know a lot of friends who will like charge their crystals or like do
yeah.
I am not. I feel like I'm a terrible first guess because I feel like I'm not as
No,
woo-woo
you're great.
as I need to be to live in LA. Like, no, but for real, like I listen to so many podcasts and I listen to so many interviews from, different creatives or successful people and CEOs and all these things. And the running theme that all of them have is they always have some sort of woo-woo thing about them. Even if they don't qualify it as astrology or manifestation, or they qualify it as like witchcraft, or they're just like, I just believe in myself. Like it's
Yeah,
literally some sort of woo-woo power of whatever. And
manifestation.
I have been growing up, I've always been such a skeptic, and I'm such like a like whatever, like this is all bullshit. Only in like the last few years have I allowed myself to be like, look, I think you have to just let yourself believe in something and like let the universe take the lead, because I feel like when you don't and when you're like, this is all bullshit and blah 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 blah, like I feel like you just close yourself off to shit.
Yeah.
So, and I've noticed a difference between like allowing myself to like have like whatever magic is naturally around us like just happen.
Yes.
I just notice cool shit happens, bro. Like cool shit happens when you just believe in magic. Like even if it's
It's
like
true.
Tinkerbell and you just are delusional a little bit. I don't know. So that being said, I up until now I have no rituals except one time, I think it was like last year or 2 years ago. When was like Lionsgate? Was it Lionsgate?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think it was like in Leo season, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was like one of the
Last
big ones.
August.
I saw it on
Yeah.
TikTok. And then I literally, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take it seriously. And I like grabbed a candle and bay leaves and I wrote like my goals and wishes on bay leaves and then I burned them. And I just had this like moment. I took like 30 minutes to just kind of like sit and do
Nice.
this. And that is like the only time I've ever like done a ritual. So I'm trying to get
And what
better.
happened? Did anything happen?
I'm going to be honest, I don't know.
You're like, I can't remember what I wrote on this
Just like a
baby.
dumbass. Like I didn't like write down what I was writing down on the bay leaves. So I actually don't know what I wished.
That's
Like I
true,
like
but I
like
did it.
general shit, like it was just like, like job, career, relationships, whatever. But I'm like, I was trying to be really specific. So I'm like, what the fuck did I write down? Like, I don't know if these are coming true or not. I don't know what I wrote
Oh
down.
my God, Genesis, I love you so much. For
I'm
those
so bad at this.
Genesis is a Gemini moon and a Gemini sun, if I'm correct, right? And a Sagittarius rising. So
Yeah,
she is all over the place. Like,
I'm the
oh,
worst.
but a heart of gold for sure, 100%.
I try to be.
And you're a little like feelingy too, because you like have your Mercury and your Venus in Cancer. So you're a little
Yeah.
you
So
you you're
I'm
going into it.
sensitive.
You're a
I
thinker.
try
You're
not to be.
cerebral for sure.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. Like you need mental stimulation to like actually associate with anybody. Like you need
That
to
is
be
true.
something.
That is true. And I've noticed like as the years gone by, I was like, I've always been I like to think I've always been fairly good at like small talk. And then just like as the
Yeah.
years go by and I have to small talk more and more, I'm just like, "Oh, I don't care about you or this conversation.
I have to like
I'm gonna leave."
I need to
So I'm trying to get better about like mental stimulating myself so I'm not rude.
I personally, I some like with full moons, that's like releasing and letting go for sure. And like
Hmm.
the completion of the cycle. I
Hmm.
definitely charge my crystals for sure,
Mm.
100%. And then sometimes I will I have like a couple like um resources that I use for like releasing things
Oh,
out of
like
my life.
what?
Yeah, like people or situations or things like that. And it's like kind of a meditation that I do. Can
Oh.
you imagine? But it's like a loving thing. It's not like get out, fuck off, right? Like,
Yeah, wait. I'm sorry. Can you explain how releasing people from your life is a loving thing?
well, it's
So
just
like, I release this motherfucker with love,
like
uh,
lovingly.
lovingly. Need him out of here.
The heart. It'll work. No, I'm kidding. It's like honestly, I did it recently because I quit my office job. It was like a horrendous situation. Yeah, did I tell you
What?
that? No, I haven't seen
No.
you forever because yeah. So,
After this, you're gonna spill the tea.
oh God, yes, yes. So I was like, thank you. I'm done here. You know what I mean? Like, thank you.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
appreciate all that you've given to me within this whatever, and like grateful,
Hmm.
but that's ending. You
We're
know
done.
what I mean?
We're done.
So it really is helpful for letting go of like any kind of negative emotion you're having for someone.
Mm.
I did it for my mom once.
Did it help?
Yeah, it did. I felt much
Really?
lighter. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh, I gotta do
and
the
every time
healing
I've done it,
light.
I felt very light. So I think it's good. And you were talking about astrology and like it's kind of
Mhm.
true and LA. You grew up in Texas, right? Or did you
Yeah.
grow Yeah.
I'm from Texas, but my mom's Latina, and I'm trying to make more bits about this, but like, my mom's a classic Latina, so she of course
Yeah.
believes in God and magical stars in the sky.
God and
Those are, and I just the dichotomy of that, like I just know so many Latinas who are like devout Catholic or
yes.
Christian, but they know their rising signs and they will like I have like a joke where it's just like I told my mom I was dating a Scorpio once, and she was like, Scorpio, ay Dios mío, por favor, que la
Yes,
ayuda.
yes.
Like, she's like helping, like she's like, God, please help me. She's dating a Scorpio. Like,
Well, they are pretty terrifying. I would
Yeah.
like to know his moon sign, but okay, are you ready to analyze Taylor and Travis?
Yes, I am.
This
Okay.
so I'm older. I'm old. I'm like no, I'm just old. So I don't really follow Taylor Swift. I couldn't even don't kill me, but like if you played a song of hers for me.
I'm sure you would know. Like she is pervasive enough, at least in top
Yeah.
40 mainstream that like even if you've probably heard a song and you're like, oh, is that Taylor Swift? Like it's gonna be one of those where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I know. Oh, she does this song. Like it's gonna be one of
Okay.
those things. But
Yeah.
no, I chose them just because I think Swifties are my favorite cult. They're my favorite cult. Like they're so nice. There's friendship bracelets, like truly the best cult. And the craziest thing is you don't know that you're being part of a cult. Like it's just one day you're like, I like this song. Oh wow, she's pretty and what a talented singer. Cool. But this song is really good. Okay, all right. So slowly but surely, and then you start into like the methodology of it all of like being like, wait, so then this song she has lyrics that mean this about that person, and then this song actually means this, if you tie it back to this album she connects it to this song, and then without knowing it, now you give a shit about these strangers. And now you're just like, wait, why do I care about football? I don't care about football. I care about football now. I'm like, when are the Chiefs playing? I didn't even know Kansas City had a football team. I didn't even know Kansas City existed. and now, and now I'm like, wow, Travis Kelce I know his brother, Jason Kelce, just recently retired from the Philadelphia Eagles. Why do I know this? Why do I know? I don't watch football.
You're so not football.
Anyway, so
Well,
yeah, Taylor Swift. I
I
don't care.
found it I found it really wild. I didn't know that she's from Pennsylvania. I grew up in
Yeah.
Ohio, right? And he's from Cleveland. I'm like, oh my God. I could oh wait, that's how you say his last name, Kelce? Okay.
Kelce. Yeah,
I
I
was
know
like,
he
Kels.
spells it. Yeah, I was like, Kels? Kels?
Kels,
What's up, Kels?
Kels. Um,
Hey, Kels. How you
I
doing?
I here's the thing. Like I love analyzing celebrity couples because like this is what I do. Like as soon as I see somebody's together, I'm like, okay, what's the literally like, are they
Get in there.
compatible or is this fake?
Let me get
And
in
I'm
there.
literally on my phone and I'm just like, okay, maybe. Like whenever
Okay.
Pete Davidson got together with what's her face, Kim, I was like,
Oh,
is this for real? I'm like, no, they're just having a lot of sex. And then I was like, oh, he has like 5 planets in Scorpio. That's why all these women are attracted to him.
I know everyone's like, wait, why is Pete Davidson so hot? I'm like,
He's not. He's just really manipulative and
but
sexual.
manipulative. And I'm sorry, have you had sex with a Scorpio? Holy, I lost my virginity to a Scorpio. I started at a 10. And like, I was like, after that, I was like, I can't ever have bad sex again. Come on now. Come on now.
I know better.
Yeah,
I
again.
know better. No, it's
Yeah, I get
it's
it, Kim.
tough. It's tough. Yeah. So anyway, that's why. That's the whole thing. So this is why I decided to have this like podcast
I
and
love
then
this.
we analyze a celebrity couple each
Let's
time.
do
But
it.
also too, it's easy to find their birth times or their birth dates. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, Travis, I can't find his birth time.
Really?
It's fine though, because we can just do like I already looked it up and I did like kind of like a general one.
I'm
And
so curious.
I
Now,
can
before we get into it, do you know like so at the do you kind of know like what how they got together? Like does that matter or
yeah,
do you just want to analyze it?
I did look at that.
Okay, because some
Like you went to
people
her
are like
concert, right?
Yeah, like he was a fan of her. And then he has a podcast with his brother, and that a clip of their podcast went viral because he was like, I was trying to meet Taylor, give her a little friendship bracelet with my number on it. Like he put it out there. And then she
Oh,
saw that and then was like, oh, okay. And then they started dating, right? So a lot of people are speculating, is it PR? Is it not a PR relationship? Are
yeah.
they actually together? Or is this just amazing press for both of them? Which I think both things can be true. I
Yeah.
think they can like each other and date each other and still also be like, yay, we get money when we're together. Huzzah, So I think both things can be true, but I'm curious what your
Yeah, and I usually am like pessimistic because I'm just like, oh God, what's going on
for
here?
sure,
You know?
for sure.
But
Yeah.
I did see a lot of compatibility. So the first thing is like I'm like, okay, she's from Pennsylvania, he's from Ohio. Like they already get each other. Also, they're only 2 months apart in age. Like he's 2 months older than her.
Oh, and that's interesting because she's done interesting gaps. She's gone younger, she's gone older.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
wow, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Like just like general compatibility, I'd be like,
Okay.
oh, okay, like they might
Okay.
have a lot. And then the thing is like his moon is in Sagittarius and her sun sign is in Sagittarius.
Yeah, she's a Sag.
And so this is a big like very I don't know. It's like a big sign of of compatibility or like kind of like a little bit of admiration for or instant chemistry with someone who has the same like I don't know if you've had a lot of chemistry or with people that have Gemini
Oh, for
um
sure. Yeah.
um it's because like I have a Leo moon and I'm in
Mhm.
love with Leos like all the time. Sun
Okay.
sign Leos, okay? But
Okay.
it's like you're just drawn. You're like an immediate
Hmm.
affinity for. You kind of like have an immediate crush on them. You're just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
embodying in the sun, like they're what you have in kind of like your heart. You know what I mean? Like who you
Right.
are.
Okay. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's super attractive. You know, it might not
Okay.
last forever, but that's uh
Initial attraction.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The thing with Taylor is she has a Cancer moon. So
Oh.
remember we were talking about Cancer moons?
Oh.
Cancer moon. So like that's the thing with her. And that's probably why her songs are so
She's very romantic. Like
yeah,
she's very much just like she's very much a person that like if not needs, desperately wants to be loved.
yeah,
Like, and love. Like, it's very clearly, even in the middle of like her, like, fuck you reputation era, whatever, like, even throughout all that, it's this undercurrent of like romanticism and very much like, I want to love, I have love to give, and also I want to receive love.
yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah.
definitely there. Yeah.
And she also has a Mars in Scorpio.
That
So
makes sense.
and that's the sex, that's the action planet.
That makes sense. It's weird to think that Taylor Swift fucks.
It is. It
Like,
is.
isn't that
It
weird?
is.
Like, you just think about it, I'm like, oh, she fucks. Like, that's weird. That's a weird thought to have. That's a
It's
strange thought
it's
to have to
very
me.
weird because I'm just like, oh, okay, because she also has her Venus in Aquarius. So like
What does
she
that mean?
your Venus sign is like how you show love, whether it
Okay.
be romantic or friendship, family, anything like that.
Uh-huh.
But Aquarius is traditionally known for weirdness, or creates.
Yes. No, I know a lot of weirdo Aquariuses.
Yeah, yeah, it's an air sign. It's unconventional, super creative, super humanitarian,
Mm,
super like different. Like if they see something the same old same, they're like, no, I need something completely opposite of that. Like I need
mm,
different. And
mm.
so the way that she shows love is probably a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be unique. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And his Venus sign is in Scorpio.
Oh,
And so that's very compatible with her Mars in Scorpio, as well as her moon sign in Cancer. And then also, too, his Mars sign is in Libra, which
okay.
if you ever want to give her in sex, date a Libra Mars.
Mm,
And that's all I have to
interesting.
say. They will
Interesting.
ever, ever, ever,
Hold
ever.
on, let me check my baby's chart.
I'm just saying, PSA to everyone out there, if you ever want to give her, date a Mars in Libra.
That's hilarious.
And
Oh,
yeah, the thing about Travis, though, is that his moon sign is in Sagittarius. So that could either be, it's super idealistic and it's super freedom loving. So I don't know how long he's gonna, you know what I mean?
I
A,
know.
she might get sick of him. He
It's
might not
true.
stick around. So it's fiery. Like that's why he like yelled at
Yeah.
it, like he's known for these like outbursts and stuff.
Right. Right.
However, his Mercury is in Virgo, so his communication is in Virgo.
Mm.
Also makes him kind of particular about who he's. However, her
Mm.
Mercury is in Capricorn, so it's very compatible. So they do communicate well. Like
Okay,
that's
that's
gonna
good.
be a natural, great communication match because they're both earth signs,
Mm.
grounded and succinct. And
So I feel like that grounds a lot of like the air shit that's going on.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So there is potential. I don't know his rising sign because we don't have his time, but
Mm.
yeah, thank God he wasn't. Anyway, because sometimes if you don't have the time and you don't, if the moon changes during that day, because it changes within like a couple of days or whatever, and
Hmm.
um, yeah, thank God he's like firmly placed at like 15 degrees Sagittarius.
Oh,
That's good, and
okay.
there's 30 degrees, so it's in the middle. Yeah, and then also too, they both have Jupiters in Cancer, which means that they're really like, I have a Jupiter in Cancer. That is my mom vibes. Like that's where my mom vibes come.
I mean, Taylor Swift 100% gives off mom vibes. Like she's
Yes,
clearly the mom of the group. Like she's cooking
yes,
everyone, baking
yes,
cookies.
yes,
Everyone gets like a
yes,
matching goodie bag at the end of the party.
yes,
Like
yes.
100%.
Mommy. So I'm like, wow, they're both mommying each other. Like, so he is a,
Mm.
and then they also have several planets in Capricorn, um, anyway, just because they're so close in age. So whenever you get to like Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, they both have those planets in Capricorn. So I don't know if they're like you said, like, and Capricorn's all about making money. So I'm like, ooh. However, I do see like
I
the
mean, the bitch is a billionaire and he's like a full-blown like professional, very well, apparently well known
Super Bowl.
NFL professional. Like he's
Yeah.
not making money. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it could go either way, just because like there is always that whole thing of like
I
she's
mean,
a
just the
huge
outside
superstar.
and
Huge.
then the outside pressure, like that's always like this alone. I mean, that's the thing about astrology is like, yes, this is all
Lining
like
up.
applicable, but it's all like in a vacuum, right?
Mhm.
Then you add that, and then you add the external pressures,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like billions of people like rooting for you or rooting against you or talking about
Yeah.
you or wanting to know what's happening like that. I mean, what like I was freaked out just about like our local community knowing about my relationship. I I
I
was
know.
like, I must protect this. I must stay in a bubble and I will not let anyone touch this. I can't even imagine like having to navigate a relationship and then like we're just two strangers in the middle of freaking California talking about your relationship.
I
That's wild.
I
That's
know. I know.
uh
I
God.
I feel like they have a running chance at it because they do have that like Ohio, Pennsylvania like connection,
Yeah.
to their roots.
Yeah.
And they are in like close in age. Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
I think
Not,
because also they have very similar kind of family values.
yeah,
They're
it's because of
both
where we grew up, probably. Well, anyway,
really okay. No, because I don't know. I don't know Pennsylvania. I don't know Ohio.
it's,
Like I know a couple people
it's
from Ohio.
Midwest. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that Midwestern close, tight-knit family, like the Kelce family is like not notoriously, but famously like tight-knit. Like those two brothers love their mom and dad, like holy
Okay.
shit. And then and then Taylor Swift, again, very famously loves her mom and dad. Like they are part of the conversation and everything. Like they are they're both tight-knit Midwestern families. So I think because they have similar backgrounds, I mean, it's also just interesting, like if you compare it to all the other people that she's dated, where she's tended to go for it's either all American boy, which Travis Kelce is, but it's like very all American, clean cut, cute boy, or like British or like British artist, like cool guy, British London boy.
Wait, if she's
Yeah.
1989, how old is she? How many, what is this, like 35, 34?
35.
35.
No, she's 35 and she'll turn 36 this year.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the other thing too. Because when she was younger, she dated those more wild people.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I don't think she's ever dated anyone wild, except for like,
okay.
well, oh no, and I guess John Mayer and Jake Gyllenhaal, I guess, could be considered wild. John Mayer definitely is wild and a notorious piece of shit.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't know.
I don't even know why
That's
he's still as friends, to be honest, John Mayer. Sorry.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to admit how much
I'll
I
edit this part
really
out.
like his music because I want to be better than that.
What?
It was the early 2000s. We all liked his music, okay?
Yeah, that whole high school hallway situation was great. I want to run down, but then we
I
realized
know.
he's a total womanizing,
Totally sucks.
narcissistic.
Said about like all his partners and the things that he's done to his partners. Like, bro, move on. Be a better dude.
Be a better. I'm like looking up his birth chart right now. I'm
I
like,
know. Look it up. Look it up. I bet you're gonna see a bunch of crazy shit.
like, hold on a minute. One moment. Let me do some calculations here. John Mayer. Who are you?
John Mayer's freaking I can't. He sucks.
He probably has a ton of Virgo in him. That's a sign you got to be careful of because they'll
Oh,
be
I know. My sister's a Virgo.
murderers. They're murderers.
We're not close.
We're not close.
I wish her well. Like this is what's up. Like my mom is a Capricorn and
Virgo,
my
Venus, Cancer, Mars, Libra,
what?
Mercury. Ooh, Moon and Sagittarius. Ooh, she must like that. Well, anyway.
Well, that's interesting. I'm curious.
Virgo, Venus. Yeah. Libra. You know how much I love Libras.
You love Libras. I can't wait as you continue to progress with this podcast. I can't wait for you to continue talking about how much
Libras.
you love Libra. You've been very complimentary of Libras this episode, though.
They have to have good moon placements. If they do not, then it's good luck.
It just takes it over.
My ex, he's from Spain, right? And he had he was vicious. Oh my God, vicious. Like he had an Aquarius moon, he had like no soul. Yeah, and then he was a Libra. Yeah.
He had an Aquarius moon, he had no soul.
And then
he was a Virgus, but
Scorpio, Mercury, and Venus. Oh my God. Yeah, he was a cruel. He still hasn't dated anybody since me. Like he loves me, he's devoted, but he's mean as hell. Anyway,
I don't get when dudes are like, I love you so much, I'll love you forever, but like, please don't get near me or talk to me.
Yes.
Like, could you don't have to say that I love you part. Like, I just like it's cool if you don't love me. Like,
yes,
just don't mention that part.
It's too much. I'm gonna edit this out.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I know you're gonna have to edit a lot of shit out, and I'm so sorry.
Well, okay, I give Taylor and Travis.
Yes. What do you think? Should we out of 12 stars? Out of 12?
12? I was gonna give it 10.
Well, because 12, because Zodiac, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. 12. Okay. I would give them like a 9. Which I think is pretty high.
That's pretty good.
9 out of 12.
Yeah. That's actually not bad. That's actually really good.
Just because like there are a lot of positive factors, not only astrologically, but also like just, whatever.
I think, yeah, just their background. I
Yeah,
think the kind
background.
of level of fame. I mean, no one's at Taylor's level currently besides like Beyonce. And
Yeah,
it's truly just like I think so far in the short amount of time that they've been together, he's proven himself to be able to handle the madness with a fluidity and a kind of ease that none of her other partners have before.
yeah,
I think it's been overwhelming for a lot of people because, of course, why wouldn't it be? But I think for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I think he's handling it, at least on the surface, a lot better than other people. So
yeah.
I don't
And
know. I wish him luck.
yeah, he might truly admire her. So that would be really helpful. Because you know how,
He
yeah,
was a fan. Like he was genuinely a fan before, and I think that is maybe a difference than other people. Like
yeah.
he was genuinely a fanboy who happened to also be rich and famous and be able to talk to her, you know? So I'm like, eh,
Yeah, hopefully that'll continue. But yeah, it could go to his ego, and then that would just be the death of it all because you know how dudes are. They can't
yeah.
really take it.
That's my one concern is like, oh, he's like an NFL player. He's like like he's in charge.
Yeah,
It happens when he's not in.
exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I wish him luck. So
With some luck.
hopefully it works
I
out
would say
for
nine
those
out of
two
12.
crazy kids.
Yeah. Crazy kids. Well, plus they're in their 30s, so that's helpful too. Like
Yeah,
they're at a time where they can actually have like real relationship.
yeah. They're
Yeah.
actually people. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. So with that, we will close the inaugural episode 1 of Melstrology.
Melstrology. Yeah, yeah.
Now I need to we can make a like a little jingle for it. But I wanted to ask you, like, if you had anything you wanted to promote.
Yes.
You-
I feel like at the beginning of the podcast, I talked about the writing workshop. And then the open mic, the regular open mic is Thursdays at Petty Cash. So we're gonna be at Petty Cash Tuesdays and Thursdays. Writing workshop on Tuesday, open mic on Thursday. And everything's at wittytittiescomedy.com.
Yes, go check them out. Seriously, it's like the most supportive ever environment. It's just
Yay.
amazing.
We
Um,
try to be.
I have, let's see. I have a show, the Aries season, that astrology show coming up in April on the 14th. And then I'm officially launching my website and you can find, it's melissagarver.com. I know,
Yes, you got the URL, girl.
because there's no Melissa Garvers. That's part of having my name. Yeah, so you can check out like my astrology readings, tarot readings, and comedy and all the rest. So thank you for watching and being a part of this first episode. Bye.
Bye.